Hi everyone, and welcome to another video from howtocaravan.com. And in this video I'm going to be showing you 10 things you should check that you wouldn't normally think to when looking at buying a used caravan. Now obviously the list of things that you should check is endless. In fact, I have a 100-point checklist on the website which you can find and download and print out if you like. If you go to www.howtocaravan.com/100. That's the number 100, not written. Anyway, so in this video I'm going to be going through a few used caravans and showing you 10 things that you should look out for, things that will save you money and save you problems later on down the line. So let's go and have a look, shall we? Okay, so one of the first things I want to draw your attention to is the damp, mouldy residue that you can see on this set of concertina blinds here. I've just pulled the blind down and found that there is a lot of mould and damp and what looks like stained rot. So basically, I guess it's not really going to cause you too many problems at the moment, but what it could indicate is that there is water coming in around that window, which could lead to further damp problems and everything underneath this piece here. I wouldn't be surprised if this particular van has any in at the moment. So that's the first thing to look out for, any mould, damp or rot in your concertina blinds. Okay, so the second thing I recommend looking out for is, I'm looking at a blind on a door here, back to blinds again. And as you can see, this blind has torn and has actually come out of the runners on both sides. Now, it's unlikely that this is going to be able to be repaired, and so it's going to need to be replaced. Now, something like this is probably going to cost in excess of around £30 plus the time to fit, things like that, because they are complicated to fit. Even though these bits do just pop off, it still needs to be rolled into the top here. And as you can see, it does cause you problems, because when you try and roll the blind up, it won't go all the way up. It's just stopping and jamming there. So it is going to be a problem that's going to need to be fixed if you're going to be using that blind.
And the third thing we want to be looking out for, I'm not sure if you can see that properly, but just along here, along the awning rail seam and onto the bodywork of the caravan here, it's clearly been damaged and it's been filled. Really not a very good job either that's been done on it, because it's just kind of a squidgy mastic, and the first time something gets behind that twig or something as you drive along, it's going to leave that right away. And if that was a little higher up the caravan, say a little higher up here, that would cause water to be coming into the van and potentially causing you future damp problems. So always make sure you look out for anything that indicates that a repair on a caravan may have been done, and investigate further. And the fourth thing we want to look out for is take a look at the jockey wheel and see what sort of condition the wheel and tyre is in itself. As you can see, this wheel here, the tyre has just been obliterated, and on shingle like this or any other type of uneven surface, it's going to cause you some real problems when you start to manoeuvre the caravan. Thing number 5 is look around the outside of the caravan for any exterior body damage. Now I know this is a list of 10 things that you wouldn't think to check, but the point I'm going to make here is that although not in this case, but in many cases I've seen before, caravans have been damaged and stickers have been placed over the damage to cover it up when it comes to selling them. So look for any stickers that might look out of place on the side of the caravan that might indicate that some damage is being covered up. Number 6, check your rear marker lights, the high level marker lights. A lot of the time people drive along and they'll catch their rear marker lights on branches and twigs and things as they're driving along narrow lanes. This can sometimes knock the lens covers off. It can allow water to get in and allow the joints to get corroded and can cause you some problems. So always make sure that the light lens covers are on. If not, bear in mind the fact that you will have to buy a new one. They're not too expensive, probably £5 or £6 from your local caravan dealership, but it's just an extra piece of hassle that you don't need. Number 7 is to always check the mattresses on the fixed beds and mattresses on the beds that you make up. I'm not going to go into too much detail as to what this likely is on this mattress, but as you can imagine that after a while it may start to smell, so it really could do with a good clean. Always check that, something to bear in mind. It's going to cost you to have it cleaned, or you're going to have to do it yourself, one or the other. Number 8, and this one could save you a considerable sum of money. Always be looking at your shower trays to make sure they've got no cracks or any bodgy repairs in them. As you can see here with this particular tray, there's a bodge repair all the way up here, where somebody has put some temporary fix gel over the top of the crack, which over a period of time, once people are in it, using it, standing on it, it will come away and the crack will be revealed, and water will be able to get through to the underside of the tray. That's not going to be good because the water will soften up the wood underneath, and then you'll have a damp problem, and you probably won't even know it's there. It'll start to smell and could cause more cracks to appear throughout the rest of the tray. Something like this is very, very expensive to replace. The only other option is to have it professionally repaired, which you'll need to go to your local Caravan workshop, and they don't all do it. So, you know, make sure you do check that. Also, that it is common. It does commonly occur in sinks as well. This particular sink is okay, but it's another thing to check as well. Point number 9. I'm not sure if you can see this here on the camera very well, but there's actually a crack in the work surface here. And just around the outside as well, there are also some stress cracks. So after a little while, when things have been placed on top of it and what have you, that's going to become one very nice big crack and potentially a hole in the work surface. Now, replacing a work surface is very, very expensive. They can be repaired, they can be filled, but that's only to the best ability of the person who's doing it. And it is a tough job to do. The other thing about them is they can get a bit sharp. This one's not quite sharp yet, but if you were to catch your elbow on that or anything, that would be painful. So always look out for those sorts of things. And last but not least, point number 10. Always make sure that whatever caravan you're buying, new or second hand, it has the grill pan with it. I know from when I was working at my family business, the dealership, we got asked to supply replacement grill pans all the time. They're not cheap because they're specifically made to fit within this specific caravan oven. So be sure to check it's there. And that's it. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you found it useful. If you did, I'd really appreciate a like by hitting the thumbs up button down below. And you can also leave a comment or any of your questions using the comment section below. I just want to mention one last time, remember that you can get my 100-point checklist for things you should check when you're looking at buying a used caravan. And that's at www.howtocaravan.com/100. That's /100. Okay, 100. Thanks very much for watching again, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.